Okay, this is the northern sky, and you can recognize low in the north at this time the Big Dipper with the 4 stars in the bowl and the stars of the handle. That's the Big Dipper. You can see it in a couple of images. This is from a city sky, and this is from the country sky. Here's the Big Dipper. And another one from the country. If you look at the middle star in the handle of the Big Dipper, you'll notice if you look carefully that there are actually 2 stars there. The big one is called Mizar, the little one is called Alcor. And in the days of the Persian Empire, 2,500 years ago, this was an eye test. Recruits who could see Alcor were deemed to have good eyesight, and therefore they were made archers. You can see Mizar and Alcor in this picture here, the middle of the handle. And this is a close-up shot of the handle of the Dipper, and there's Mizar and Alcor. Okay. The 2 outer stars in the bowl of the Big Dipper are called the pointers because they point up out of the bowl or out of the bowl at the first bright star you get to. This is Polaris, the North Star, which sits right on the North Celestial Pole above the North Pole of the Earth, and therefore marks the direction of north and is the only star that does not appear to move, as all the other stars seem to revolve around it as the Earth rotates. So you can see here the Big Dipper, the handle, the bowl, and you can follow the pointer stars across to Polaris. If you follow Polaris back towards the handle of the Big Dipper, you get to 2 stars that mark the end of the bowl of the Little Dipper. Here is a different time of night and year when the Big Dipper is in a different orientation. There's the handle. You can see Mizar and Alcor. The bowl. These are the pointers. And you can follow the pointers across the sky to Polaris. And the handle of the Little Dipper and these 2 stars in the end of the Little Dipper. Now, because of precession, the wobbling of the Earth's axis, the North Pole will point at different places over in different times, making a circle of 26,000 years. But this means that we get different North Stars. And about 5,000 years ago, when the pyramids were being built in ancient Egypt, this star Thuban in the constellation of Draco was the pole star, and the entire sky seemed to revolve around it. You can find Thuban if you find the handle of the Dipper. There is Mizar and Alcor. We go to the bowl of the Dipper, find the pointers, follow the pointers to Polaris. Then we go back towards the handle of the Big Dipper. We get to the end of the bowl of the Little Dipper, and right about halfway between the end of the Little Dipper and Mizar and Alcor, we get to Thuban. Just about halfway between. You can see it in this picture too. Here's the handle. There's Mizar and Alcor. The pointers take us across the sky to Polaris. If we curve back towards the handle, there's the end of the Little Dipper. And just about halfway between Mizar and Alcor and the Little Dipper bowl is Thuban right over here. One last star you can identify looking towards the north can be found if you follow the curve of the handle of the Big Dipper. A curve is called an arc, so we can arc across the sky to a bright star called Arcturus. Arcturus is a red giant. The red color tells us that the star has a fairly cool surface temperature. It's actually an old star that has used up most of its nuclear fuel and swollen up and cooled down. Another interesting thing about Arcturus is that it has an odd orbital orientation that is taking it up out of the galaxy rather than along the plane of the galaxy. So it's actually shooting past us. You can see a couple of pictures here. Here's the bowl of the Dipper. There's the handle. And if we follow the curve of the handle, we get to Arcturus. We arc to Arcturus. And again, here you can see the Big Dipper. And we arc along the handle, and we get to Arcturus over here.